Hello, welcome back. Thank you once again for joining me. Now there's something that just popped in my head and I wanted to share this with you. And hopefully most of you will get this. And I've already done a YouTube on understanding about masculine and feminine. My core is masculine. However, the energy, masculine and feminine, but the feminine energy is also a part of me. Yes, I like to receive praise and I like to move around a bit. So emotion is created by motion. And that's very much a part of the feminine. And I would probably say I'm probably about 70-30, 70% masculine and 30% feminine. My question would be to you, what percentage are you? And if you're not kind of living that kind of lifestyle or creating that lifestyle to create those percentages, then that can cause a lot of stress for you. But that's not the point of this recording. The point of this recording is about your word being law, very masculine. So where in your life do you make a statement or say you're going to do something, maybe send an email to somebody, but you don't follow through with it? Because I'll guarantee you, if it doesn't on a conscious level, it certainly will on a subconscious level, it will cause you stress. Now there's only one thing that I know of that a man can promise anyone, and that is his word. Without his word, he has nothing else to offer, as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. Sure, I could say I'm going to do something and then follow by action, absolutely. But when I make a statement and I don't follow through with it, where does that show up in my life? Because how you do anything is how you do everything, according to T. Harv Eker, who wrote The Millionaire Mind. Or in other words, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So, where in your life do you make a statement, like you may send an email to somebody, and if it's not clear, but you realise you don't follow through with it, I mean, it might be clear as in a specific date and a time, it might be very smart, measurable, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timed, exciting, recording, all that, those are smarter goals. But where do you find you make a statement, but you don't actually follow through with it? Because like I said, the only one thing a man can offer is his word. His word should be, lovely word, it either is or isn't, law. And that's something I feel very passionate about that I'm going to share with you. There is an organisation that I've had some contacts with, and I'm actually kind of shocked from one point of view. And the reason I'm shocked is because I can't believe I'm dealing with this professional organisation, but they're not being very professional back. But what are created are excuses. Remember, an excuse is just something that your ego will create because you're not following through your own actions. And there's a great book I'm going to recommend this individual that I'm communicating with that he reads, and that's Dr Wayne Dyers' book, Stop the Excuses. I've actually got it in my library, huge extensive library that I've got. And it's just something that I suppose that from one point of view, it kind of annoys me, because if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Unless my leg falls off or I'm in hospital, heaven forbid, there's no way I'm not going to follow through with it, because my word is law. It means that much to me, because without that, I don't feel I've got anything else to offer. So my invite to you is to have a look in your life where you're making a statement, but you're not actually following through with it. Another example was, I was kind of surprised the other day, I do quite a bit of voluntary work with the youth offending services. And I was working with this gentleman last week, and there was this one offender, again, great at labelling, aren't we? This offender that made a statement that he really wanted to follow through with his probation period, and he was going to show up because his attendance had been really poor. He hadn't been making up and just coming up with what we thought were pathetic excuses. And we'd actually played this good cop, bad cop with this other volunteer member. And we thought, great, it landed. But then we found out yesterday that he never even showed up to his meeting. And yet, if we turn back the clock a week ago, I thought it was pretty clear that 15-year-old was going to show up. Obviously not. In that moment, that's what they meant, but then moments later it changes. However, an organisation that's run professionally, if they say they're going to do something and they don't, I believe that's going to show up in more ways than one. And if it does, I personally don't want to do any business with an organisation like that. That's just my personal opinion. So where in your life are you saying things but they're not being matched up with your actions? What else could you actually do to follow through with that? Or just become aware what you're saying, do they match? Because if they don't, that will definitely create stress with your subconscious or your psyche. It definitely will. Again, it's just an invite, because I'm certainly aware of it sometimes where I've made statements to my wife or something, and she said, oh, your word's not being law, and I've changed my mind, because that's very much a part of the feminine. But again, it's just an invite. Have a look. Have fun. My love to you all. Bye for now.